In life, it's common to have impulses, and sometimes these impulses are really significant. Quit your job, leave your spouse, move countries, or they could be smaller. Have this hard conversation with someone, ask for a promotion, launch your app idea, etc. Now, what separates the 1% from the 99% is the 1% of people when they have an impulse is that the 1% of people, when they feel that impulse to do something, they translate it into action. And an impulse is kind of like inspiration. Inspiration, if you don't follow it up with the action, just dissipates into nothingness. And more importantly than that, if you don't follow up your inspiration with action, you will stop becoming inspired because it's like your internal body knows the mechanism doesn't work anymore. You feel inspired and then you don't take any action. You feel inspired and you don't take any action. So there's no actual utility in getting inspired if you don't act on it. What I find is that inspiration maybe has a life of 6 to 48 hours. You have maximum 2 days window to act on that inspiration before it dissipates. However, an action has a potentially infinite window of impact of effect. So you get this short burst of inspiration that lasts 1 or 2 days, and you must take concrete action from that inspiration to lock in the change in your life. And one of the reasons YouTube is so popular is because people just constantly watch YouTube to get this hit of inspiration, but then they don't actually take the action. They think that more inspiration is going to help them, but more inspiration isn't really the thing. It's being able to take action after you feel inspired in that window where the energy of the inspiration is still there. And it's okay to have false starts with this. I mean, when I was leaving my job almost or about 8 years ago to start my business, there was about a 6 month period where I would go through these waves of having inspiration to start my business, thinking about quitting my job, not taking action. The inspiration goes away. I'd watch another video, read another book, get another hit of inspiration, think about leaving my job, then it would go away. Until one time I got the inspiration, I emailed my manager and actually quit. And then that action locked in the change for the next 9 years. So I think one of the things that separates the 1% from the 99% is the 1% of people have trained themselves to translate inspiration into concrete action, because without that translation, inspiration is useless. It's just a fleeting feeling that kind of feels good. And what's even worse is that I believe that failure to act on inspiration generates guilt and shame. So if you're watching this video, the next time you feel inspired, I want you to take note of that inspiration and then commit to taking one action in line with whatever you're inspired to do. If you're inspired to get in good shape and get healthy, do one workout. If you're inspired to start a business, place 5 cold calls and just test run trying to sell the thing that your business might be in. That's how I started my business. While I still had my 9 to 5 job, I would take an hour before work to cold call companies, try to sell them websites. Fast forward 9 years, we've collected over millions of dollars in our digital marketing agency. But it starts with that one simple action, which comes from the inspiration. This is kind of a weirdly basic video, but it's important. And I believe this is one of the reasons that people stay stuck. And unfortunately, some people stay stuck for their whole lives. So let me know your thought in the comments below. Until next time, I'll see you later.